Well, good morning. Welcome back to the Rustic Haven Farm. We are on round 2 of clearing property line on this warm Friday morning. Yeah, Friday. So things are going well. Found a couple wet spots that we didn't get cleaned, but that's all right. I can get them with the chainsaw or something else, but we're making progress, thankfully. So I'll should be able to rip the rest of the fence out here in a couple days. Very excited about this. We're making progress. We're gonna get this ranch going here soon. So I'll try to get some more video of this as we're going. So my brother's got the skid steer going. I'm trying to help him with bigger stuff that's cut down or that's blocking the way or whatever. So anyways, I'll try to keep you updated. Stay tuned. We're on the home stretch here, peeps. Getting me a path. Got just this little part right here, and potentially if I can get him to go to that other side where we started last 2 weeks ago, we got stuck. Get him to stay on the high side potentially. We'll see. We're making progress, guys. Rustic Haven Farm is starting to happen. Well, all right, everybody. It's the afternoon. I didn't do much videoing of the actual process this time around. The heat. It got awfully warm here, about 100 degrees today, and for us Minnesotans, it's a little warm, so it's kind of a 2-shirt day here. I had to go swap shirts after a while. I got all sweaty and whatever. So anyways, we're going to take a little tour here and see what all got done. Okay, so we're starting about halfway through this, of the south side, because I'd already showed you all what he had done before. This is, some of this is still what was done before, but now we're gonna walk down into the rest of it, this entire fence line now. Check it all out, because I guess I really haven't done it. I have got a bunch of old fencing pulled out already, so that helps. But let's go for a walk and see how it all turned out. This is gonna make putting the new fence in so much nicer. There's a few spots yet here as we get closer, and I'll show you. There's a few spots that he couldn't do, mainly because there's some bigger trees that I didn't want to take down. There were some wet spots where it was still wet from all the rain we've had a week ago. Sorry for the heavy breathing here. It's warm out. Here's some fencing that I didn't get. I have to come get that pulled out of here. But anyways, yeah, it's hot and muggy, so a little rough breathing here at times. But all right, so this here is the point basically where he started today from when he broke down the other day, a couple weeks ago now. So this was all accomplished today, and if nothing else, it makes good shooting lanes for deer hunting. But yeah, this is going to be nice. I'm going to come out with a chainsaw here in the next few days, finish cleaning up some stuff once it cools down. Can't do it in this heat. Well, I could. It's just going to take me longer, which I probably will. I mean, I might have to start hauling hay tomorrow, stockpiling for the winter. But if I'm not, then I'll be out here trimming stuff up and starting to get some more of the fence line pulled out. So yeah, this turned out real nice. Give me a wide open area here to get some fencing done. This spot here, we had to take some trees down coming up into it. This is one spot where we had to do some of our own tree trimming. Right. Now, this spot here, as you could tell, here's the old fence. It goes right through there, and I don't want to get rid of these trees. This was kind of a natural spot for him to go around everything. So that's what he did. So this will be easy enough to get in here though, and I think I'm kicking up some deer. This will be easy enough to come through and just weed whip or pull the brush down or whatever. So not a big deal in here. Let's continue on. This fence will come down relatively easy. Yeah, turned out good. Basically all he was a big brush hog on the front of the skid steer. That's a good tree. I could cut that up, use it for firewood. But it's turned out nice. So now the next process here, I'm gonna come and pull all this rest of this fencing down and get ready to put new stuff in. That was a trail that he had made getting out to come meet me, which actually worked out pretty slick because, as you can tell, right there I have a tree stand for deer hunting. So this turned out pretty good. All right, let's just keep on going down and we'll see what the rest of this looks like. I had to take some trees here, so I'll have to come back out and collect some firewood, cut this up for some campfires here. A lot of cleanup left to do, but this is going to make my life a lot easier. Getting this thing cleaned up and fenced. Here's another spot that kind of went around it. Instead of taking these trees down, obviously there's fencing here. Boy, the bugs are horrendous out here. So yeah, a lot of cleanup, but not as much cleanup thanks to having my brother out here with the skid steer doing this. So this here now is, well, this is all the first time seeing this. When he started going this way, I went a different direction because I knew this would be relatively easy because I'd been through here. So yeah, still some fence, still some cleaning to do, you know, a little bit of stuff here to clean out. Again, not a big deal. This is a lot better than what it was. Coming through here with a chainsaw would have taken me all summer between work and the kids' activities and everything else I got going. This would have taken me a long time. But this is nice. This is wide enough I could get a tractor back in here. Get some of this cleaned up. Heck yeah. This is nice. And only really one spot that was a little wet, and that wasn't even bad. That wasn't even bad. So we're here to the corner of my property, or not to the corner of my property, but the corner of where we're gonna fence it. There's my corner post, so I gotta do some, see, I've been back in here and cut some stuff. I gotta do some work to this here. This fence isn't bad, but I'm still gonna have to take it out because it needs to have some other supports and some other things done to it. These couple of trees, he was trying to push them out of my way and he kind of got confused to where he was at and ended up putting down on the fence, which is fine. Like I said, this is all stuff that I'm gonna come out here with the chainsaw and cut it up. You know, get all this out of here. So it could be a lot worse. Just to let you know how warm it is, I'm literally just walking. I'm not doing anything fast. I'm walking and I have sweat rolling down my back. If you all needed to know that. It's warm out here. Yep, this turned out nicely. All right, I need to, so this little spot here was about as far as you went this way because this got wet to the point that my boots got wet coming through here. So anyways, I'm gonna shut this off, get through this, and I'll pick you back up on the other side where we have high ground. Okay, I'm on the other side. There's only about 40 feet, I suppose. Maybe more, probably closer to 60. But it worked out, but it is wet. My boots got a little wet. Anyhow, let's continue. I hear some thunder, which I'm all right with. Maybe it'll cool it down a little bit. Don't get me wrong, I'm very happy for warm weather. Not really a winter fan, the cold, I should say. But it's 100 degrees and muggy, a little overkill. All right, so here we go. More this little path. I did that with the chainsaw a few 3 weeks back, I suppose. So I made kind of an entrance to get in here. Now here, there is a tree down, and instead of spending the time going through it right now, we just decided to, or he did, to go around it. So we're gonna come back this way and take this little trail that I made with the chainsaw. It worked out, so I can come back with the chainsaw now and cut that stuff up while I'm peeling fence out. Nothing else, making nice little trails for the deer. See, here's the mess that went around. I didn't realize this was down here. It must have just came down in one of the last storms we had. So I got a little more work to do to get this cleaned up, but this won't take much. I can come right through here with my saw and take care of this myself, and we'll be right back at it. Here, let's get around this little tree. And as you can see, there's the fence line again. So do a little brushing with my chainsaw. We'll be back wide open to get back to work here. All right. Definitely some cleanup to do, but we're making progress. Fence line, it's good in spots. Don't get me wrong. Everybody looking at the video showing that it's perfect fencing. It's not. There are spots that are down, wrecked, damaged, cut. It all needs to be redone anyways. So I'll be working on getting all this taken out and the new fence put in. So now I've been on the west side of the property here ever since that corner. This is my property line. Nope. Checking it out. So this is, again, my fence line. That was a way out that he made. But again, back to saying, it may look like it's really good fence, but it's not. I mean, there's stuff down this fence here, part is damaged, so there's still quite a bit of time and work that I got to put in to get all this stuff out. Like I said, trees down on the fence line. But it opened it up real nice. Like, you can tell this is where that deer was at. She'll be back. She'll be back at some point. But yeah, I gotta come and cut this stuff, clear this out so I can see the fence again. A lot of brush, a lot of shrubs. It's overgrown. But this is much nicer. And to tell you kind of a mess this has been. I'm going on 11 years on this property, and I've never walked this fence line until about a month ago when I put some flags on it. But I've never been able to actually see what this ground looks like. So this is rough. I shouldn't say rough. The fencing is the problem. But that's what I gotta do to get cattle out here, and that's what I'm gonna do. Let's see, yeah, the fence here's, this post is damaged and pushed over. This whole fence line now has been pushed over. So this is gonna take a little bit of work to get in here and get all this ripped out. And there was a fence line in here, but it's down. just overgrowth over the years. Gonna be a challenge, but you know, nothing comes easy if it's worth it in life. So, but this looks absolutely amazing compared to what I was gonna have to deal with. This looks nice. I can work with this a lot easier. And there's one fence post that's down. I think he caught it with the brush hog. Yeah, still attached to the fence. So we'll get it in here and we'll pull all this back. Get all this cleaned up. We'll start seeing. Well, there's part of the barbed wire fencing right there. Fence posts, some barbed wire. Another fence post. That one didn't work out so well for it. But it's all here. So there's the fence post. Neighbor's property. This is 40 acres next to me that the gentleman lets me hunt on it. I'm hoping to be able to buy it from him at some point and really extend my farming operation a little more. But anyways, we are up to the northwest corner now. There's my corner post. Kind of comes that one and goes north again. So I got a little jog in the property that I'll get to. This here runs off to the neighbor's herd. Well, I shouldn't say herd, it's neighbor's property that they lease out. I forget how much, I think there's 400 acres here that they lease out to another gentleman they runs his cows out here, Black Angus, I believe. So it's pretty. So anyways, this is where this one comes to an end. I don't have to worry about this stuff here. This isn't my fence, this stuff here. I'll fix up a corner post and all that and change this. The other stuff is over there. Let's see, somewhere right in there is a corner post. We fenced, mowed that way. And coming down here and back off in the woods is where the rest of the fence job got done today. There's a little bit on this over here that we couldn't get to because it was too wet, so I'm gonna have to take a chainsaw with that. But with all that being said, I would say that maybe I got 100 feet worth of big stuff to deal with besides a little trimming, but I'll spend a couple days going through it all and trimming and getting ready to start pulling fence. So yeah, all in all, this turned out nicely. I'm very happy with the progress I got made. Thank you very much to my brother. This was a huge help. A lot quicker. Definitely saved me some time doing this. So, but yeah, so next step is now I had to come through and, well, basically brush out the fence. Take the chainsaw and cut the brush that's up against the fence real tight, where it needs to be, those few spots that were still wet. Get that trail made so I can get through there. Yeah, and then it's just on to start taking the old fence down. Get that taken down, and then then it's on to fencing. I'd like to have, my goal is to have, at least a perimeter done this fall yet, so I can start to let the cows out. And then as I go, probably in the spring, I'm gonna make this into paddocks so I can do rotational grazing. And yeah, and then the watering systems come in. So this is part 2 of I don't know how many parts, but we're making progress, so we got a ways to go. So I hope you stick around and continue to watch the progress. And yeah, let's build a farm. Let's do some ranching. So thanks for watching, everybody. We'll talk to you later.